Hey, what's up everybody? And we're back today with our FTB series. And I believe this will be episode Stuck in an Anvil, because that's what happens when you start episodes. But yeah, I think it'll be episode 8, which is pretty impressive. Uh, I know I mean, a couple of you have probably seen those series that just go on and they never end, like Skyrim. Yeah. But anyway, today I have kind of like a tutorial setup going on. If you remember last episode, we did the Nether Star thing, and I made some magnetic gloves and portal guns and all that junk. And I've kind of done a bit more since that. And then what I want to do is set up um, an infinite power for MJ. Now, if you don't know how that works, it's kind of complex, kind of not too complex. How it works is you basically set up a infinite amount of engines where you've got, or not an infinite amount, but a lot of engines where you've got some engines that are kind of just sitting there. And then you take those engines, and that's really dark when you put it right there. I'm trying to keep this kind of lit up a little bit. Darn it. It needs to be like right there. I'll just put it on the floor somewhere. Let's just put it right there. That's not that bad. Okay, so basically what this is going to be is me setting up a MJ thing that runs on charcoal, which is my main power source, if you guys don't know that. And it's just going to go straight from my charcoal machine, which I set up a little while ago. So we'll see how this goes and see how the end all results. So I know for a fact that you need to put diamond pipes, and I have 12 engines that I'm planning on running. So I'm going to need 6 slots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then we need wooden set up along these sides like this. And already right now it starts looking like a real Feed the Beast thing, doesn't it? And then, okay, so our steam engines will go like this. And I'll have to configure all of them because they're not going to be perfect. And I believe I have, yep, my wrench. It's actually not my wrench, I stole it. Start. Okay, so this is how it looks. Basically, these will pump into the wooden pipes and send all the energy to this thing, which will then send it to this thing, which will then send it out to pretty much everything I have that I want to have power like that. So, it's pretty cool. I like the machine a lot. I like this setup a lot, I guess I should say, would be more accurate. And then we want charcoal to be directly pumped into here, but for now what we want is this entire bottom row taken out, which again removes that torch that I placed earlier. So many problems. Okay, so then we'll do the same on this side. Now what this is for is because these are steam engines and they require this thing called an aqueous accumulator. Well, you don't have to use it. You can use like buckets of water. But I find that this is easiest to use because it basically just turns an infinite water source into a very infinite water source. So it's super easy. But I forgot to make buckets for this project. And I know I have a couple buckets that just aren't being used. But let's just go ahead and make some because I don't want to dig around in my chests on camera looking for them. This is why I have like 64 stacks of buckets, is because I'm just like, oh gosh, it's only 3 iron. Why don't I just make a new one? But hopefully you guys saw my little halfway episode where I did the wither farm. Well, we got all those wither or nether stars. That's what they're called. And that was extremely fun. I enjoyed that. I need to take one of these out to get a infinite water source right now. But yeah, that was really fun, and I had a good time. I enjoyed that, mainly because I got so many nether stars. That was pretty much one of the things that was like really major for me, because I don't really get a whole ton of those. I've never really gotten too much of them. And did I just, yeah, took it from the wrong source. But I'm going to do sort of kind of stuff like that when I feel like I can. Like videos in between the main videos. And something that I want to do a video about right tomorrow, well, you guys will be watching this tomorrow. So yeah, tomorrow is I want to do a game review. Now, I'm not entirely sure if these are like you have to state who made the game and all that stuff because it's for a game that recently came out and I think, hey, you know what, it might be fun to make a game review on this. But I'm not entirely sure how it works. So that's going to be interesting. Uh, Hopefully I won't get banned from YouTube just for talking about the game. I wouldn't think so because I'm just kind of like supporting the game. I mean, most of my views are gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I love this game. It's so awesome." But um, I'm not gonna tell you what game it's on because I kind of want you guys to be surprised. So you're gonna have to wait for that. But I will tell you that it's a new game that came out that you may not have expected most people to do a game review on. That you may have been like, "Okay, well, why do I want to play that game? I've never played that game before." Because it's not really like that Call of Duty kind of feel to the game where like, oh, it just came out, I gotta go buy it, and kind of like how you always want to get the new Call of Duty game because, well, it's a new Call of Duty game. You want to get it, right? It makes sense, but that is it's kind of like that game where you don't actually just go and buy it the first day. So it doesn't look like much coal is coming in here because, well, we've actually got a lot of wood coming through. So I'll go ahead and put a half a stack in each one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that'll work. So they're all running right, and then we'll see how that works out. So I'm pretty excited about this game review because I'm not giving it a bad review, guys. I'm trying to help you guys decide if you want to buy this game or not. Because I know that when I bought this game, I was thinking, okay, well, it might be fun. And normally I don't do this, guys. Normally, like, I will only buy games that I know for a fact are going to be games I like. But I kind of just went out on a limb here and bought this game because I was thinking, oh, well, maybe it'll be super fun, and stuff like that. But honestly, guys, it's a fun game, and I can't wait to really, just kind of just talk about it for a little bit. So, send slash receive, send only, receive only. I want to send only. Okay, so device indicate. Okay, let's put 115. If you get that, that's awesome. And then I'll put my name, Spy. Spy with a Y, not a T. Okay, save frequency, set frequency. Okay. Okay, so now I've got this spy and it's filled with power. So now I can go find that upstairs and we'll see if this works. Looks like it's filling up with MJ a bit faster, so I want to find that stage where it's not gaining but it's not draining, if that makes sense. So maybe it was at 50 that it wasn't gaining but it wasn't draining. Because I don't want this to fill up, because if this fills up, we've got a problem. Also, it might not be filling up because I'm not using it right now. That could be a issue. So let's go upstairs and see if I can't set this right. And hopefully that'll stay pretty full of charcoal. I'm not sure. I'll figure that out probably off camera. So basically what I have here is a setup where we have the similar device. So we'll use spy and then we'll set that frequency. And then now we're getting power in here. And its max output is 25 MJ on this one, because that felt like the right amount to do. And then it looks like it's just storing right now. I wonder if you have to take it out with a wooden pipe. Let's try that. Yeah, there we go. So the only problem here is that it's actually giving it back power, which should be fine. It shouldn't do anything too wrong with that. And then I'm hoping this won't just like explode. Yeah, well, you'll probably see that game review sometime. I want to say, yeah, not. It's so hard, just like, because I record a day in advance, so it's so hard to think of the, like, amount of time that's going to be for you guys compared to the amount of time it's going to be for me. It'll be tomorrow for you guys, but it'll be 2 days for me, so. And, honestly, if if the game review helped you buy the game and you really enjoy the game, uh, well, I'll talk about that more when I put the game review out. For now, though, let's play Feed the Beast. Hopefully this setup works. I'm actually really, and I just remembered I forgot to start recording the time again. So, darn it. I've been having a lot of problems with this sludge machine. I've been taking down this wire like crazy because what happens is for some reason it glitches and the wire just doesn't work. And then I've got to take out the entire line and put it back. And I wonder if it's something to do with the amount of power that's getting taken to it. Because if you can see, it's getting energy and then it's poisoning me and killing me. And yeah, I'm cool with that. Let's pull out all the sand here. And we'll check on this thing over here. Ugh. Yeah, this seems to be filling. Now I plan to use this for like two things. Primarily, one of them will be my bees, because I'm gonna have a lot of bees and I want constant machines running. So that's kind of where I got the notion of using constant stuff, because I'm gonna have constant bees running constantly and also machines that run with those bees. I know, bees is so much work. I honestly wish that the day I found the bees, I probably should have just, been like, oh, that looks like a cool mod, but I'm never, ever, ever going to do it because it's just so much time. But I will show you what I've done with the bees so far because I've done a lot in the little amount of time that I've had. I've been trying to rush to get the bees done so I can show you guys some of the cool things I've done. Where's all my diamonds? I know I grabbed 2 diamonds, but I have so much diamonds because I just quarry stuff out. Oh, they're still sitting there. Okay. And then we'll make this diamond chest. And the point of making a diamond chest is to put this on top of our furnace here. And then we'll make the output of that. And, oh, that's the back, isn't it? What's the top? I always get this confused. Is that the back? Okay, so this is the back, right? What would be the top? That's the top. So if I put that on there, iron should just go flowing into it. So gracefully. Yeah, it is. Okay. So basically what this is doing is turning all my stuff that I have, it's pulverizing it and then putting it in the chest. And then that ender chest on top is going to be linked to my quarry eventually. So I've got big plans for where all my machines are going. If you watched like my first episode and you're like, how is this guy going to maintain a full charcoal factory? It makes no sense. Well, I have plans. And as you can see, we're probably getting, I would expect good amounts of charcoal in this one. Yeah, it's already filling up, and then the rest are kind of just like dwindling down. But eventually it'll get in all of them, so. And then that's working. It's still kind of, sucking up the power. The only problem with this machine is until I get it fully set up, I don't think I want it running right now. Unless I'm using it for something else. Because I could be like using it for this. And then instead of these engines. But I kind of feel like that's pointless. So I might, well, as soon as I get the bee machine set up, it'll all work. And I don't want charcoal flowing in here until, yeah. Well, I'll just leave this on. I'll hook up the ores to my quarry, off camera, of course, because I don't want you guys to have to watch this. And then I'll hook up the ores with that chest, and then it'll always be using power, just always. So, I have a pretty good idea, actually, right now, what time this video is going to end, so I've got to kind of carry it on. But I'll go show you my bees right now, and am I the only one online? I am. Awesome. We got a new person on the server, so that's pretty cool. Okay. So, this is what I've done with the bees so far, guys. You may say it doesn't look too much different, but let me explain what I did with the bees. Basically, let me tell you all the breeds I have first, and as soon as I stop kind of lagging from going through the portal gun. There we go, okay. So, I've got the common breed, I've got the diligent breed, got the majestic breed, I've got the noble breed, I've got the unweary breed. And then also I've got the industrious breed and the imperial breed, and as well the cultivated breed. Now, all of these breeds, I just want to say everything that I said is basically leading up to getting the imperial breed and the industrious breed. So I think, what is it? One, two, three, four, five, 6 things leads up to making 2 Bs. And that's, you should be able to get from that how rough bee breeding is. Um, so with the bee breeding, I want to kind of explain this. I'm going to do, I know for a fact that, um, not tomorrow, which is going to be the game review, but the day after that, I'm going to make sort of like a kind of helpful bee breeding video that'll show you what the machines do and show you some efficient ways to get breeds. But for now, I kind of just want to show you what I had to go through off camera in almost like half a day, and I think 10 minutes is plenty to explain that. So basically, we'll start with the diligent. How you get a diligent is you mix. Here, let's grab one of each drone because this will help me explain. Yeah, it's so complex. The entire breeding process. It's just, oops, wrong way. Really hard to understand. And then I'll grab these bad boys. And this will also help you see what I've had to get. And I don't want this to be like, oh, poor me, I've had to do all this. But basically, I'm going to set this up in an order I hope you can all understand. So basically, a common and a cultivated, which are these two, mixed, have a chance to give you, a 10% chance to give you a diligent or a noble. Alright? Now, with that diligent and or noble, what you have to do is you have to remix it with a cultivated. So, as soon as you mix a common and a cultivated together and you get either a noble or a diligent, you have to take those nobles and then you have to mix both of them with a cultivated. So, the common's out of the picture right now. So, you have to mix both of these with a cultivated to get an unweary and a majestic. Other way around, sorry. Now, when you mix a cultivated and a diligent, it makes an unweary. And then when you mix a cultivated and a noble, it makes a majestic. Now, this is all just chance, guys. It's all like 10%. 10% for each breed. Okay? And then the cultivated is out of the picture. So once you have these 4 breeds, you're pretty set. And I decided to take the extra time and keep these breeds of bees for futures. So then after that, what you have to do is you're going to take each one of the bees and you're going to add them together. So the noble plus the majestic, and then you get the imperial if you're lucky, because this one's actually extra hard to get. And then you take the diligent and the unweary and you mix them, and then again, extra hard to get, you get an industrious. Now, you may be thinking, what's the point of getting these bees? Well, without these bees, you can't actually make anything like roughly related to bees. And let me show you why. The imperial bee makes this stuff called royal jelly. Now that's very important. And then the industrious bee makes this stuff called pollen. Not equally as important, but still important. Now, you can't move on. You can't make machines unless you're wanting to like, you can't make the bee machines, like the duplicator and the replicator and all that stuff that takes so long to get, without doing all this first. So, let's try to set this up again. Common cultivated makes noble or diligent. Once you get those two, you need to mix a noble and a diligent with a cultivated, which has a chance to make a majestic and an unweary. Also, the cultivated and the diligent makes the unweary, and the cultivated and the noble makes the majestic, if I didn't explain that well enough. And then the noble and the majestic makes the imperial, and the diligent and the unweary makes the industrious. So it's a lot of breeding cycles to get to one bee, and on top of all that, as soon as you actually get that bee, it could just disappear, guys. I actually had that happen when I was getting the diligent. It just disappeared. It was really sucky. But anyway, back to more pressing matters. Let's go ahead and throw these guys in here because I don't really need them anymore. The royal jelly is used to make most bee machines, and I think I might be able to, yeah, here they are. These are all the bee machines, and there's quite a bit of them. You can see, like, two rows. I think there's 11 in total of the bee machines you can make, and they all do something that's extremely important. Maybe not as important at the time, but important towards the end. So I have random stuff scattered pretty much everywhere because I haven't really set up a basis. But since I set up that MJ system back there, I wanted to. Well, actually, all this is kind of leading up to my bee tutorial on the machines and the bees and how to get certain breeds and the best way to get those breeds. So I've been thinking about that for like maybe the past 3 episodes, I want to say. So I've been setting it up. Now, each bee machine takes crazy amounts of MJ to run, which is why you see my charcoal MJ factory back there making MJ, because it takes so much MJ just to run this. And then I'm going to have them all set up, so I'm going to use them every time I need them. And other things are just going to be constantly in use. So it's really kind of a lot to wrap your head around, but basically I need a lot of MJ. Now I started kind of problem solving this by saying, okay, I'll make a video kind of tutorial thing on how to make that kind of factory. And then, a whole ton of stuff popped up in the way, and I needed a lot of copper, so I had to go mine some copper, and then I had to set them to the quarry, and all this stuff just kept throwing it at me, and it was extremely hard. But I think by in 2 days from now, for you guys, 2 days from now, well, not tomorrow, but the day after that, so I think that would be 2 days, you will have a bee breeding tutorial that is at least semi-good. Because I know there's a lot out there, but I've seen a lot of people who are like, okay, well, you breed bees, and, they talk about the bees and stuff, but I haven't really seen a whole lot that actually talk about the machines and what the machines do. So I kind of want to do a video on that and the most effective ways to use machines, and also the most effective ways to use the frames, because the frames are a thing that just tricked me for the longest of time until I got them pretty much all down, and then now I can teach you guys about them, and hopefully this helps you. So I can with confidence say it's been about a 30-minute video. It's probably been like 40, 45 minutes, I don't know. But anyway, that's what we're going to be doing. Next episode will be a game review, and then the episode after that will be a bee breeding tutorial. And also, I'm just going to make the bee breeding tutorials 30 minutes, so there might be like 3 of them, guys, because I've got a lot to go over, or it might just be 1, depending on how I figure it all out. So, for now, guys, I'm going to go ahead and say peace out. Expect some good videos coming your way, because I am trying to come out with them as fast as possible. So, peace.